Was good with you? Back in black with some Marvel Rivals gameplay. Brand new hero shooter by NetEase Games has finally hit the market, and I gotta say, the first impressions are very strong with this one. But before I get into it, if you guys are new to the channel and you love shooting games just like me, don't forget to aim for that like button and shoot that subscribe button as well. It'll help you find better teammates and improve your skill-based matchmaking. At least I hope so. But yeah, man, I gotta ask a genuine question. What the fuck is the point of Overwatch 2 or Overwatch in general at this point? Considering the fact that we now have a game or an IP that relies on characters that the general population actually has some background knowledge on, like as you can see in the gameplay, you'll see a lot of notable characters. Iron Man, you see me shooting him right now. We got the Thor, we got the Hulk, and then we even got some characters that I literally have never heard of in my life, like you'll see a shark, I guess Jeff the Shark is his name, and then like I guess I want to say like a Game of Thrones looking lady that yells every time she does her ultimate. She's pretty annoying too to deal with, but generally speaking, for this first game, it seems like I got blessed with a really good team because I went 30-6 and then I got revived multiple times. So I think it was just one of those things where the skill-based matchmaking was blessing me for the first game because they wanted me to keep coming back. So I don't want to sound like I'm just glazing or too biased when I'm, giving the first impressions for this game. But yeah, I had a really good time, and considering the fact that this game is free, I literally do not see a reason to try it out. From a gameplay perspective, it looks like they take everything that Overwatch has going on and basically just amplifies it. Considering the fact that you have notable characters now, it basically just gives you a reason or more incentive to stay on the game. From a map perspective, I mean, it's pretty big, it's layered, has multiple like sections or stages. You generally won't do well unless you stay by your team. And it doesn't matter whether you're solo queuing, playing with friends, randoms, whatever the case may be. If you don't stay by your team and, kind of work with what they have going on, then you're probably not going to have a good time. Something that is really cool about this game in comparison to Overwatch is that some of the characters will actually have like synergies or like abilities that will only activate when you choose certain characters. Like Spider-Man and Venom have I guess a symbiote ability that will only be activated when both characters are on the same team at the same time. So another thing that's pretty cool in my personal opinion. But I will say, for the character that I'm using right now, I literally have never heard of him in my entire life. His name is Star-Lord. When I picked him, I mean, the first impression that I got was like, oh, this is basically just Soldier 76 mixed with Tracer, and he can fly. So I mean, not necessarily a bad concept in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it just takes Soldier 76 and makes them more interesting. But I don't want to keep disrespecting Star-Lord too much because apparently, he's a very well developed character that has been in the Marvel franchise for a long time, and that just goes to show like how expansive the roster of characters in this game actually is. And yeah, I mean, as long as you have a competent team or get lucky like I did for the first game, there is no reason that I could see you having a bad time with this game, especially if you just pick up somebody that you're already familiar with and just go to town. Something else that is really cool about this game, or really notable that I should say, is that in 72 hours they happen to reach 10 million players, which is a gargantuan feat if I do say so myself. I aspire to have numbers like that someday, but the reason that I think that a milestone was even achievable for this game is not only does this game have a notable roster of characters that everybody should know at least a little bit about, they also have a variety of gameplay styles that are being introduced with each character as well. Me myself personally speaking, I'm a big shooter fan, so it kind of makes sense that I would choose somebody that has a gun or a ranged weapon that basically allows me to showcase my really good aim or whatever the case may be. But let's say you're somebody that doesn't necessarily have good aim, or they don't want to, I guess, have to deal with a character that has guns, for lack of better words. You could basically just choose a melee only character like the Hulk. Or let's say you want it to be more supportive and you just thrive on helping your team out as far as heals or like information or whatever the case may be, then you can just choose a support character, and then you only got to worry about keeping your teammates alive. Which, again, I got blessed with a really good team this go around because I don't know who I got revived by, but with some kind of cocoon ability where I basically could just run back and revive myself after dying, and I think that was really beneficial. So I think the variety or the varying, in the gameplay styles that are presented is another thing that will bring a large amount of people into this game and keep them playing on a consistent basis, me especially. So yeah, man, melee, shoot 'em up, healer, whatever kind of gameplay style you have, there is something for you to, be a useful asset to your team. Although I will say, I would imagine that the person that goes for the damage dealer role will be the most crucial or pivotal role to undertake on the team, which is kind of why I went with that, but also just because I really like to shoot things, and Star-Lord is definitely one of the people who can help you get that itch off, if you know what I'm saying. From a perspective of balance, I can't say that I have necessarily run into anybody who really needs to have their stuff looked at, except for Jeff the Shark. He has an ability where he can basically take your entire team and throw them off the map, and I've been seeing a lot of clips of that going around on social media, so clearly that's something that needs to be looked at. But I would hate for them to get to a point where they kind of nerf every character into an obscure, very niche role, because it seems like everybody is kind of having fun just playing whatever notable character or whatever character catches their eye. So, as long as the game is fun and each character has I guess a decently high skill ceiling, depending on who you're using, because some characters should be easier to use than others. But yeah, from a balance perspective, I think they're in a pretty solid spot right now, and I just hope they continue to keep that on a level playing field, and hopefully, I guess at some point somebody will figure out who the most OP character is, and everybody will spam that every game. But for the time being, or generally speaking, whenever a game does come out for the first time, is typically when it's going to be the most fun to play. So again, I encourage anybody who has been holding off to just jump in and give it a shot and play a character that you know and like. This is a free-to-play game, so you kind of already know it's going to be one of those situations where they're probably going to have a bunch of cosmetics and microtransactions in the store. And I will say, I'm not one to encourage people to spend a bunch of money on games, but if a game is going to come out and look this clean and play this smooth and be this fun, considering that free-to-play games kind of need money to survive, I would encourage you people to at least take a look at the store. From what I have seen, I haven't seen anything too egregious price-wise, and basically it's just a color swap on characters that you already know and love. So definitely something to consider, check out, support the game. I feel like this, they did a really good job, and as such, why not reward them with a little bit of change, especially in comparison to other games that come out on a consistent basis and constantly disappoint us, like Call of Duty. I'm probably gonna throw shade at Call of Duty every chance I get whenever I'm talking about a new game, but that's neither here nor there. Main thing I want to emphasize with this game is that it's very fun, and I definitely think it's worth a shot, especially if you are familiar with any of the characters, which I'm sure 99% of people that watch this video will know at least one character on the roster. And yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section if you have given it a shot. If not, if you plan on it, I mean, it is literally free, so what do you have to lose? You can see the performance on my PC has been pretty smooth. I'm getting 200 plus frames in all the games that I have played. Granted, I've only played 2 games, but I can say for sure that this is definitely a game that I plan on coming back to on a consistent basis, especially if this is the ground floor and they can only make it better from here. All that being said, I don't want to drag this video or this commentary out too long, because it's not like I have any profound knowledge that somebody else doesn't have. I kind of just wanted to share my first impressions playing this superhero oriented game, which again, I'm not really a fan of Marvel or DC or anything like that, but I had a blast for my first game on, and if this is the experience that I'm going to have every time, then I just want to say that I think everybody should definitely give this a shot, and I don't see why you guys wouldn't have fun either. But yeah, that's pretty much my 2 cents on that. I went 30-6 this game, got blessed with a really good team. I hope this continues to happen every time, or hopefully I can get some friends to hop on and play this with me, because everybody has a superhero that they liked growing up. So yeah, should be fun, should be good times. I actually think I'm gonna mix some tips videos with this character, Star-Lord in particular, because he's pretty OP right now. Maybe I'll experiment, you know, give some tips and tricks videos for other heroes in the game. Iron Man kind of sucks. I've been wrecking him all game, but yeah, I'll let the rest of this gameplay play out. You can let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. If you think it looks cool, if you gave it a shot, if you're going to give it a shot, and yeah. Don't forget to aim for that like button, shoot that subscribe button as well. It'll help you find better teammates and improve your skill-based matchmaking. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Black Guy out.